We've all heard about Jesus walking on the water. Only one other man in history has ever walked on water, but he didn't get very far. Greetings, friends, and welcome to another Moment of Truth. In Matthew's Gospel, he tells us about the day both Jesus and Peter walked on the water. It was very early in the morning, probably just before dawn. The disciples were in a boat several miles from land. There was a storm, and the boat was being tossed by the waves because of the high winds. When they looked out and saw Jesus walking toward them on the water, they were very frightened because they thought he was a ghost. Jesus said, "It is I," and told them not to be afraid. Peter responded by asking him, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." Jesus answered, "Come," and Peter got out of the boat and walked on the water toward him. Everything was going great until he saw the storm around him. At that point, his fear returned and he began to sink. He called out to Jesus, saying, "Lord, save me." Immediately, Jesus reached out, took hold of him, and they got into the boat. When Peter told Jesus, "Tell me to come to you on the water," and Jesus answered him, "Come," Peter's faith was strong. He got out of the boat and started walking on the water toward Jesus. But when he saw the wind and waves, his faith dwindled. As soon as he took his eyes off of Jesus, the reality of his situation hit him. He faltered and began to sink. James explains how our faith affects our ability to follow Jesus. He said when we ask anything of God, we must ask in faith without any doubting. For the one who doubts is like the surf of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind. James said this man is unstable in all his ways. We see that at first, Peter had no doubt. He got out of the boat and started walking. As soon as he started doubting, he became unstable. Notice that his lack of faith was not in Jesus, but in himself, and his ability to do what Jesus asked him to do. When he became afraid, he started to drown. But he called out to Jesus, who he knew would save him. So when you face the inevitable storms in your life, keep your eyes on God and not on the storm. Remain strong in your faith and keep walking toward Jesus. Moment of Truth is produced by Joyful Truth Ministries. We welcome your comments or questions at mail@joyfultruth.com. Thanks for listening. This is Steve Cohen, hoping you'll join us again soon for another Moment of Truth.